Financial Survival Network, helping you to survive and thrive in the new economy. Get our complimentary newsletter at financialsurvivalnetwork.com. This is the Financial Survival Network.
Financial Survival Network is presented to you by Regal Assets. Buy and sell physical gold and silver through your existing retirement plan, 100% tax-free with Regal Assets. If you want to include physical gold or silver in your existing IRA or old 401k, request your free investment kit, which was recently featured in the Forbes and Smart Money Wall Street Journal magazines. Call toll-free 855-678-6620, 855-678-6620, or visit regalassets.com.
We're here live at Hard Asset Chicago, a great mining and resource company exhibition, just starting out. A lot of companies. We've interviewed a number, some really exciting prospects out there. We've got Ken Cunningham of Maranda Gold. It's an interesting play on the gold sector. They've got properties in Nevada as well as Colombia, which probably will become the next great gold rush. Hey Ken, welcome to FinancialSurvivalNetwork.com.
Kerry, appreciate being on your show, and I appreciate your listeners hearing about Maranda. I think as we go forward, they'll see that we're a little bit different than some of the companies you probably already interviewed.
And that is definitely true. They're very different. You're kind of the ultimate treasure hunter, aren't you? How did you wind up getting into this, Ken?
Well, I did rock collecting when I was a young kid, and I think I've always enjoyed being out there looking for those special rocks. And of course, today the special rocks are those that have gold in them. So Maranda is a prospect generator, and as you alluded to, that's what we specialize in. We fill a niche in the industry, and that niche is discovering the deposits. We do not want to be a miner. I put mines into production in my past. I know that requires dealing with a lot of regulatory institutions and a lot of permitting, and that's not what we like. Myself and the guys that work for me are ore finders, and we get a lot of internal satisfaction of making those discoveries. And of course, if we make one now that we're all together with Maranda, I can guarantee that we will have a lot of satisfied shareholders.
And tell me what that's like, because you've been in this business a long time. What's it like to find that deposit, to find that high-grade ore? Describe that for us.
Ooh, that's a hard one, but there's nothing like, it comes from drill hole. Everything today is discovered pretty much with drilling, but so you do the drilling, and a couple, 2-3 weeks later, you get the assays back from the labs, and you open up an envelope, and all of a sudden you're looking at what you know are ore grade intervals over a thickness that's significant, and you go, oh my goodness, we're onto something. Get that drill company back out there, and let's get some more holes into the ground, and it is quite exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you get that, produce that motion picture in Hollywood that gets the Oscar, it gets worldwide distribution, and you clean clock on it. And, for me as an investor, when I've seen companies do that, and I watch them go up, not so much in the last 2 years where we've been in this precious metals, especially for the companies at depression, but before that, where you get a company to go up 6, 7, 12 times, and you see that your judgment gets vindicated. There's nothing else like that in the world.
No, you're absolutely right, and you brought up a really good point. We're a junior prospector, and people that invest in companies like Maranda, you should be, we bounce around. We're trading at about 30 cents right now, and it's very easy to say, if gold goes up a little bit more, maybe we're at 40 cents, and you're going, geez, that's a 30% return. Well, you don't really buy Maranda for a 30% return. You're buying Maranda for the home run, and we're out there swinging the bat and drilling those holes for the home run, and the home run's 1,000% return, and we actually have delivered that. I joined the company in 04. I put the team together 05, 06, 07, frothy markets. We took the company from 18 cents to $2.18. So, that makes a shareholder pretty happy when you see those kind of returns. And now we're at 30 cents. And a good drill hole could be a game changer for us, and that's why I've got about 50% of the shares outstanding are held by people that know myself, they know the exploration team, they know this business model of generating prospects and then doing joint ventures with other companies, having other companies really spend money on our ideas. And we're leveraging our technical expertise against their treasuries. We're not diluting our shareholders, and hopefully we're delivering that home run.
Yeah, that's got to be a great thing. So right now you're concentrating your efforts in Nevada and in Colombia. Tell us what's going on in Nevada.
Well, a couple things. Nevada, for those of you that don't know, or your listeners that don't know, is the fourth largest gold producer in the world. And so Nevada produces about 8% of the world's gold on an annual basis. It's been doing that for the last 30 years. And most of that gold comes out of some very special gold belts. We call those trends. And the Carlin Trend is the most famous. But the sister trend where most of its project is called the Cortez Trend. And I would invite your listeners to go to our website, obviously www.mirandagold.com, in about 2 weeks. And we're going to have a short 7-minute video on the website there that'll show you what some of these gold deposits look like from the air, and they are outstanding. So we're looking for big deposits, and where do you look for big deposits? Well, you look in areas where big deposits have been found. So Nevada qualifies, and then we also wanted to give our shareholders a shot at a frontier jurisdiction that also had world-class potential, and that's Colombia, because Colombia, for a lot of reasons, both political and because of cartels, didn't participate in the modern-day exploration that's been going on in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. And all of a sudden, last 10 years, they've got a stable political regime. They're democratic. They've changed the face of some of the problems, and Colombia is a great place to be. As we talked earlier before we went live, I mentioned your history lessons and the Spanish conquistadors and the galleons full of bullion. A lot of that gold bullion back in the 1500s was coming out of Colombia. It's the most gold endowed of the South American countries, and it's ripe for the picking right now, and we're in there early.
Yeah, and they didn't have heap leaching and cyanide processing, the cyanidic method of processing gold back then either.
No, that's right, and in fact, our joint venture partner, Red Eagle Mining, has one project with Maranda and another project on their own. They've been in Colombia for probably less than 2 years, and they're already on to a 1 million ounce discovery that they're hoping they'll have in production in 2 or 3 years. So absolutely some big things coming out of Colombia, and the ability to get them into production quick.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you, technology, satellite mapping, and stuff like that, how has that changed the whole exploration business?
You use all of that. You've got gold is difficult to find, and it's a diminishing resource. Discoveries are becoming less and less, so you've got to be smarter than the other guy that looked at a property. In Nevada especially, everything has been looked at least once. Ore bodies are not sticking out of the ground, they're covered by gravel. And so you've got to understand what structural regimes are important for being the conduits to bring gold up into the host rocks. We use satellite imaging, as you mentioned, gravity. You use all types of geophysical surveys, and even more so, you're starting to use a lot of what's called imaging, where you actually go in and you run algorithms on these satellites, and you look for different types of alteration, and you can determine that a particular clay is associated with gold mineralization, and so you look for those clays in the images.
Yeah, so the business has really evolved, and finding it is no longer finding a needle in a haystack, although it is, but you've got a lot more tools to find that needle than you ever had before. Ken, it's really been great having you on financialsurvivalnetwork.com. If people want to learn more about Maranda, want to send you an email, what should they do?
Should absolutely go to our website. I mentioned it earlier, www.mirandagold.com. All of our projects are in there. And just one last thing, we've really pulled off a really good deal that we announced the letter of intent on, and we're going to be announcing the definitive agreement here shortly, probably within the month. But Agnico Eagle, one of the large gold producers in the world, is going to be our partner moving forward in Colombia, and they realize now is the right time for a big company like Agnico to come into Colombia, and they realize that by teaming up with Maranda they can hit the ground running, and so we're really looking forward to the next 3 years with Agnico as our partner in Colombia.
That's great. Hey, one further question, ticker symbol?
Oh, great. Thank you very much for that. Small details. We've got a great symbol. We trade in the Canadian Venture Exchange, Toronto Venture Exchange, I should say, under the symbol MAD. So it's pretty easy to remember. It's MAD. I can't tell you to get mad because I'm not a broker, but anyhow, the symbol is MAD. And then, of course, we trade in the U.S. also on the over-the-counter bulletin board under the symbol MRDDF. That's MRDDF. And thank you very much again, Kerry.
And thanks for being on, and good luck. And we'll talk with you in a couple of months.